Hey folks, this is the first video in a series on automating Google Slides decks using Google Apps Script. This video will be introducing the entirety of the project, showing you a brief demo and code overview, and then we will begin the first lesson in the tutorial where we will learn how to automate the creation of a Google Slides presentation. This tutorial will be compounding principles, which is why I'll be attempting to present the information in digestible bits. There will be multiple videos in this series that will focus on each aspect of the project. What you're looking at here is the completed project that you will learn at the end of this series. We will have a Google spreadsheet that has some data which we will be feeding into our application that will automate the creation of a slide deck. I'm going to hit the run button, which will then demonstrate the processing that will happen. So you'll get some feedback about the creation of a deck. You will move the deck to a folder drive, and then you will create a slide for each type of data point that you want to present. So in this case, I am using data from profootballreference.com, and I am creating slides about 4 teams in a division that is called the NFC East. The slide has been moved into, or the deck has been moved into a folder called Decks into a presentation called NFC East Slides. You can see that the information is organized by each of the teams. So we're looking at the last 5 seasons of data via Pro Football Reference for each team. You'll notice that each slide has an image asset that is located in the upper right-hand corner, and then a stylized data table. Each of these data table elements are a shape. Slide presentations are structured in a unique fashion compared to a spreadsheet. So if you use the native table function, you won't be able to stylize data in this way. This tutorial will teach you how to dynamically create data tables for slide presentations. So you can see the Cowboys data is associated with the Cowboys slide, which has an image for the Cowboys. Same thing with the Giants, and the same thing with the Washington Commanders. So how we're going to begin is we are going to need to have access to a Google Drive. So as long as you have a Gmail account, you have access to Drive. I would encourage you to create a project folder because we are going to want to have a couple different things in here. Number one is going to be our spreadsheet that will contain our data. We'll want to have a folder where we can store our decks, and then we're going to want to have a folder where we can store our assets. I'm going to click into the assets folder, and you can see that I have image files for each of the teams. So if you are interested in the image portion of this code, you're going to want to have a folder where you can store those things so that you can dynamically reference them. Cool. So with that out of the way, we are going to begin. So I would recommend, like I said, create a folder. We are going to create another folder, which is where we will store our decks. I'm going to call it decks. You can call it whatever you want to. We're then going to open up a new spreadsheet. We are not going to be entering any data into the spreadsheet at this time, but we are going to change the title to automate. My apologies. We're going to click up top here, and we're going to change the name of the spreadsheet to automated deck. We're going to navigate to the extensions menu, and we are going to select App Script. We'll be changing the name of our project to Automated Deck. We're going to go to the Files portion of our IDE, and we're going to select Add a File. It will be a script file. We are going to call this a.ids, and we're going to hit Enter. We'll be clearing out the boilerplate code, and then we are going to be creating a constant which is going to be called folder underscore parent underscore ID. And we're going to be setting that equal to an empty string. You can use single quotes or you can use double quotes. My advice, be consistent. So if you use single quotes throughout your project. If you use double quotes throughout your project. Cool. We're going to go back to our folder, and we are going to click into our folder that will store our decks. We're going to go up into the URL, and we're going to highlight the identification number that comes after folders slash. We're going to copy that ID. We're going to go back into our script, and we're going to paste that ID in between your single or double quotes so that we have a constant called folder parent ID that we can access throughout our project. We're going to go back to the file section, and we're going to add another script file. We are going to call this slide space func space 01, and we're going to add a colon. We're going to hit space, and we're going to type deck, capital C, creator. It doesn't matter what you call it. I call it this way so that I can keep my projects organized and so that I can use the sort function so that I have related functions together. So this is going to be a slide function, meaning that it is going to facilitate the creation of our automated slide presentation. I'm going to clear out the boilerplate code, and I'm going to start from scratch. So I'm going to declare a function, and I am going to call it creator, capital D, deck. I'm going to have an empty parentheses, which we will not be passing any arguments to. We're going to hit space, and we're going to open a curly bracket. We're going to hit enter twice. We're going to add 2 slashes, and we're going to add a comment that says logging. A comment about comments. There are going to be times throughout this tutorial and this series of videos where I add robust commenting, which means I'm going to say a lot of words. You do not have to type out the words that I am saying, but what I would encourage you to do at bare minimum is add these 2 slashes here and add at least a word. Adding comments to your code is a very good practice to get in the habit of doing. It will help you in the long run, and if you have to collaborate with others, it will help them as well. I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to hit tab. I'm going to type logger.log, and I'm going to add open parentheses, and I'm going to add a single quote, and I'm going to add 3 asterisks. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to add another logger.log statement, and then I am going to say the deck is being created. This will give us some feedback when the creator deck function runs that alerts us in our console as to what is happening in our application. We're going to hit enter twice, left arrow twice, and we're going to add another comment, which is 2 slashes. We're going to say use Slides app to create a deck. We're going to hit enter, and we're going to hit tab. We're going to declare a variable called new deck, where the D in deck will be capitalized. We're going to hit space, we're going to hit the equal sign, we're going to hit space, and then we're going to use Slides app, which is capitalized, the S is capitalized, and the A is capitalized. This is case sensitive, so you need to make sure that it appears in that way. We're going to hit dot, and then we're going to call the create method. We're going to open parentheses. This takes 1 argument, that is the name that you want your new slides to be called. So we're going to use single quotes, and for my purposes, I'm going to type NFC East slides, but you can call this whatever you want to. We're going to go to the left of our parentheses, we're going to add a semicolon, and we're going to hit enter twice. We're going to hit the left arrow twice, and we're going to add 2 slashes for a comment, and we are going to say new deck ID. We're going to hit enter, we're going to hit tab, and we're going to declare a variable called deck with a capital I and a lowercase d, deck ID. We're going to hit space, we're going to hit equal sign, we're going to hit space, and then we are going to reference our new deck variable that we just created, and we're going to hit dot get capital I, lowercase d, open parentheses. We're going to go to the right of our parentheses and we're going to add a semicolon. What's going to happen is when the creator deck function runs, we are going to be creating a new slides presentation. We are then going to reference the variable of new deck, which is creating our slides deck, and we are going to get the ID. The reason that we are doing that is because we are going to use the deck ID in future instances in order to append values, in this case slides, to the deck, as well as to be able to move the deck into other places, such as our decks folder. With that out of the way, we can now run our creator deck function in order to make sure that it works correctly. So we're going to hit save, and then we are going to run. This is going to require us to review our permissions and to grant authorization. So we're going to select our account. We are going to get a very aggressive warning, which is just saying that Google has not verified the code that is attempting to run. We're going to go to advanced, and we are going to go down here where it says go to, and then it will be the name of your project with parentheses and the word unsafe. Again, this language is just from Google saying, we haven't reviewed this, we don't know what it is, make sure you know what it is. We're going to click on it. We are going to select allow. What we are allowing is the ability for Google Apps Script, at least this Google Apps Script, to see, edit, create, and delete all of your Google Slide presentations. That is not what we are doing. This warning prompt is just saying that by allowing access, you have now opened up the possibility for that action to take place if you write code that says that that's what you want to do. We are not doing that, so you can hit allow. You can see we are now getting feedback that is logging out those values that we entered, and that the deck is being created, and that the execution started and completed without error. We are going to go to Google Drive. So you're going to want to go to drive.google.com/drive/my-drive. And now you can see that we have created this NFC East slides presentation. So what we're looking at here is just a blank slides presentation. We have a template slide here that allows us to click to add a title and click to add a subtitle, as well as an ID of .p. Now, my preference when I'm working with slides is to remove this template slide. The reason for that is because I don't want to access it. I don't want to have to say, open up slide where the ID is P and do this thing and then have another system for adding new slides. So my recommendation would be to remove this slide altogether. So I'm going to go up into File. I'm going to move this slide into Trash, and then I'm going to go to Slides Home. I'm going to hit Delete, and I'm going to go back to my script. So the last thing that we are going to do today is we are going to add in a logic system that will remove the template slide. So we're going to hit Enter twice, we're going to hit the left arrow twice, we're going to add a comment, and we are going to say remove the template slide. I'm going to hit Enter, we're going to hit Tab, we're going to reference our new deck variable once again. We're going to use the dot get capital S slide by ID. We're going to use an open parentheses, and you can see it takes one argument, which is an ID, which is formatted as a string. When it says that a data type is formatted as a string, that means we need to use single or double quotes. Now again, if you've been using single quotes, use them. If you've been using double quotes, use double quotes. As we saw on our slide, the slide ID is P. So anytime that you open a Google Slides deck or a new Google Slides deck, the first slide by default will be P. So we can hard code the value of P into our script because that will always be the case. We're going to hit the right arrow twice, and we're going to go to the right of the parentheses. We're going to use the dot method, and then we are going to say remove. We're going to add an empty parentheses. We don't have to pass any values in here. We're going to go to the right. We're going to add a semicolon. We're going to hit save. We are going to run. You can see the deck is being created. It completed without issue. We go back to our drive. You can see we have a new version of NFCE slides. We're going to double click on it. And now we just have an empty Google Slides presentation without any slides. I hope you enjoyed this video. We are going to pick up next time by crafting logic that will allow us to move our deck ID into our decks folder. I'm going to have a playlist linked in the description that will have each lesson in this series available. If you're interested in a beginner video about the creation of decks and all the things that you can do in there, I have some other videos. I don't think they're going to be as robust as this series, but I do have some additional resources available if you are interested. Please reach out. Let me know if you like this series, if there's anything that you'd like to see. I love hearing from you. By the way, I hope you'll check out the next video.